Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to the 350th episode of the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host, Ellen, along with my co-host,
Lee Silver. So excited. 350.
350. Yeah, each time we hit this 50 point, we're all excited. So our next milestone will be 400. But for today, we're pretty excited about 350 because from an idea that came up while having breakfast, and I had stolen Lee's toast because he wasn't eating. Can I eat your toast? We should start a podcast. And we did. We came up with an idea and we made it happen.
Well, there's two things in there that you said. One, I like that we celebrate the milestones, and I think everyone should celebrate, the smaller milestones and make whatever big goal you have into little tiny things that are achievable so that you can celebrate them instead of it's just one big thing. So, Yes, congratulations, Ellen, on your 350th episode.
Congratulations to you, Lee, on the 350th episode. And,
well, the other thing you said, and I think is true, is so many people have great ideas and they'll make excuses of why they don't do it. Well, I don't have time, or I don't know how to start, or I'm not sure anyone would like it. I really feel that you just need to do what you want to do for you. Do it for you. And so, in our lives, we said we're going to do a podcast. We didn't know anything about a podcast. What's a podcast? Podcast? We're talking about podcasts?
Oh,
we didn't know anything about it.
If you want to do something fun, if you want to do something fun, go back and listen to our first few.
I'd rather not. Okay. But that's the thing. We just said, let's do this. And so the fact that you get to a milestone and celebrate it is, it maybe isn't the end. It's the end when it's the whole thing. So I just finished my 26th book last night. Right?
That you wrote, not that you read, that you wrote.
I don't think I've read 26 books, but yes, I've finished the first draft of my next novel, and it is, I literally cried. It just felt so good to push through all the times where I didn't think I would get there. And so, yes, it's great the milestones where, I start out by, I do the acknowledgments, the easy stuff, right? I'll write about the author. There's 2 pages done. So I start with the easy stuff just so I get going. I also don't know how it's going to, this is the novel. So with a nonfiction book, it'd be different, but I don't know the ending, and not knowing the ending is a lot less pressure. I don't have to write to fit a certain ending. The book organically gets there, hopefully. And that's a much easier way to write when you just let go. I'm not worried about who's going to read it, how many pages. I just wrote the story. I was in the story, and being in the story helped me to overcome all those fears that keep people who say they're going to do something but don't do it. So focus on the project, the task at hand, without worrying about the outcome in the end. But when you get to the end, and very few people do on a big project like that, you better celebrate that like it's 1999.
So in the writing community, there's words for what you do. And you are a pantser and versus a plotter. I love these terms. A plotter is someone that plots out the chapters, the highs, the lows, what's going to happen, the inciting incidents, all that. And then they follow it. It's their outline. And they may deviate, but they have an idea before they sit down. You are a pantser, and that means you are just writing by the seat of your pants. And there's neither one of them is better than the other. They are just the two, major categories of fiction writers, pantsers and plotters. But to your credit, it doesn't matter which one you are. I think the biggest thing is that you finished that first draft and that you're celebrating it, because holy cow, that's a big accomplishment. So, yay. This is the point we should have cheers installed in, we should edit in cheers.
It'll be out in a couple of months, so I'll mention it again, not to sell books, but just to help inspire people. Because I can't tell you how many times people ask, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a writer, for the most part. And they all say the same thing. Oh, I always want to write a book. My life should be a novel. I've got something to say, but I mean, I don't track all of them, but I can't recall any one of them ever doing it. And I feel bad for them because people create for a lot of reasons, but one of them is you have something to say. You have something to share. You have something that will benefit others and help the world. We don't want to keep that in. We got to get that out.
Yeah.
And if my story of, I got a C in college for writing, which I thought was a badge of honor. Because you said I'm a little unorthodox, and they didn't break me. Basically, I just kept being me.
Right.
And I write the way I have always written, which is like you said, I'm a pantser, and it works for me.
But you know what? The thing is that you saw it through. You started writing it. You saw it through. Same thing with us with the podcast. Came up with it. We saw it through. We did a LinkedIn get together. We came up with this idea to do in real life get together with people we know on LinkedIn. And we went through with it, and we invited people to a coffee shop, and hey, we're going to meet people in real life. And
it was exciting.
It was exciting.
Fun. That was great. I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad we did it. We got one person.
Okay.
Showed up.
Not including us.
And not including us. So
but she was a great person.
She is a great person, and so great. We're going to have her on the podcast at some point going forward because she's had some great ideas. But the point.
Oh, I want to just say something about this. If it wasn't for you, Ellen, this podcast, who knows? The LinkedIn thing never would have happened. It's good to partner with someone that pushes you and that holds you accountable, and that is a good match for you. I mean, we're not the same. We're totally different, and that makes one pretty good person to put it together. I want to thank you. 350 is a lot of. Mostly because of you. So thank you, Ellen. I appreciate it. And because it was the 350, of course I'm going to interrupt you. It's what I've been doing.
That's what you do.
For 349 other episodes.
Well, I have to say thank you because you are the star that comes up with a lot of the ideas, because when it comes to the podcast, you are the plotter and I am the pantser. So there we are.
Just can't get over the word pantser.
Pantser. The whole point of this is there's a couple of things. Celebrate your milestones. Do what you say you're going to do.
For you. Do it for you.
And then be back with us next week for episode 351.